in 1984, that book, it really puts a dark image in the mind. And you know, I had an insight about 1984 many years ago that it was actually written in collaboration with the government to put this very dark image in people's minds, to kind of imprint this image of misery and torment and complete oppression, to implant that in people's minds so that they're ready, so they kind of like so when it starts coming in, when they start seeing the 19
takes root.
they kind of already see that it's happening. They just feel hopeless. They feel like, oh well, we haven't got a chance. There's no point fighting it, because you know it's like a plan. It's like a blueprint. 1984 was a blueprint for this. It's not an accident. It was a blueprint, and now the blueprint is coming in to the real world, and it's being implemented in the real world for real people, and they're going to be what's the word? The agenda is to oppress them in the worst way possible. But I'm just noticing something arising in people. People are burning down 5G masts, and people are feeling very strongly about 5G. And I just have this great sense of hope that people are not going to accept this, that people are not going to put up with 5G. They're not going to let it get down the line, and they shouldn't let it get down the line, because no one has the right to control you and to make you have to accept these terribly unhealthy rays, these radiation. No one can subject you to that. No one's allowed to do it. So I think something is rising in the people, some sense of anger and injustice, and I think this is a very good thing, that people are not going to put up with this at all. And I hope they will be out on the streets and doing something about this 5G, because without the 5G this cannot happen. Take 5G out of the equation, it cannot happen, because the means of control, the means of punishment is removed, and it cannot happen.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So do you feel like your motivation for wanting to tell people about this is to sort of help that, help the possibility that people would know about it and do something about it? You feel like it's...
I don't know. I mean, I don't really feel like there's something I want to tell people to do.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to put out the message, hey, everybody go out there and...
pull down the masts.
No, that's not what I'm saying, and that's not my motivation. I feel like when you've got all the information, then God gives you the inspiration about what to do. If you've got the information, then you can get the inspiration. But if you don't know what's happening, you don't know what the enemy's up to.
Takes you unawares.
Yeah, if you don't know what the enemy's up to, there's no way you can respond to it. So God's kind of shown me this, so I can tell people, I can say, look, the enemy is going to use 5G as a punishment system to control you, to do what it says, so it can blast you whenever you do something wrong. It's so God just wants people to know this. I think He wants to know what's going on, and He wants to know people to know what's going on. And
so it's not as hopeless a situation.
No, they want what they want you to do. The people who are orchestrating this, they want you to feel hopeless. They want you to see. They want people to start seeing. Hang on a minute. They want people to start connecting the dots and thinking, God, this is a bit like 1984. Oh no. And feeling like powerless. They want people to feel powerless. That's it. And the most important thing is nobody is powerless. Nobody is powerless unless they give up their power, unless they decide to feel hopeless. So the agenda is for people to see things going in a direction which is very dark, see things going in the direction of 1984, and feeling like, well, there's nothing I can do.
What can I do?
And that's not true. This idea of there's nothing I can do is not true, because God's given us a power, and God will not allow us, when we're courageous and strong and kind of inspired by this God-given sense of justice, then God will not allow us to be controlled, and not allow us to be pushed around, and not allow us just to sit back and give up, because there's something inside every human being which is a fighter, fighting for justice, fighting for
life.
For life, yeah, exactly, fighting for life. So I do feel kind of confident that something is going to arise in people. People are not going to lie down and accept this and just say, oh well, I might as well surrender to 5G. No way. I don't think that's going to happen. And so, I hope people feel the power and feel the courage and feel the indignancy of the people who are trying to control them and trying to oppress them. How dare they? How dare they try and do this to us, our families, our children? How dare they? This is not acceptable. To quote Greta Thunberg, how dare you? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to do this to people? There is no way that human beings are going to allow this. And so people have to remember their power. They have immense power, and they have to stand up and say, no way. How dare you try and do this to me and my family and my friends and my children? No way. So I'm not calling for people to, I'm not inciting people to riot. I'm just saying I know there's something in human beings. There's something powerful that needs to arise. If it doesn't arise and everyone just says, oh, well, we might as well just surrender to our fate. The government want to turn this world into, a totalitarian 1984 hell. Let's just let them because there's nothing we can do. That's not true. That's not true. And that's not going to happen because people are fighters, and people are strong, and people, they've got a lot of power, more power than they realise.